My child, take a deep breath and listen carefully, because what I am about to reveal was never meant to remain hidden. A woman tried to leave a city today. She walked through the airport doors calmly, like everything in her life was normal. She placed her bag on the belt, handed her ticket, and smiled as if nothing was wrong. But right when she thought she was only seconds away from escaping, something unexpected happened. Officers stepped forward. They called her name. They asked her to step aside. And in that moment, everything she had carefully prepared began to collapse. She didn't cry. She didn't argue. She froze, because she knew the truth. She knew the plan she had been building piece by piece had finally met a wall she could not cross. My child, the shocking part is this: she was not simply traveling. She was trying to disappear with something that belonged to your future. Something connected to your destiny. Something she had no right to hold in her hands. You may be asking, who is this woman? Why does her story matter to your life? And why was it necessary that she be stopped just moments before stepping onto that plane? Stay here. Listen slowly. Every answer will unfold one after another. This woman had carried bitterness in her heart for a long time. Somewhere along the way, jealousy took root. She watched you rise quietly. She saw doors opening for you. She heard conversations about your potential, your gifts, your value. Instead of celebrating, something twisted inside her. She began to believe that if she could not have what you carry, then she would rather see you lose it completely. Months before the airport scene, she made a decision in secret. She decided she would create a wound so deep in your life that you would question everything: your faith, your worth, your trust, your hope. She began gathering information, listening to whispers, reaching out to the wrong voices. She smiled in front of people but carried a storm inside her chest. She didn't only want to hurt you. She wanted to erase a part of your future. But there was one problem. Even with all her planning, there was no safe way for her to disappear afterwards. She knew consequences would come. She knew the truth always follows. She needed someone who could create an exit plan. And so, one day, she crossed paths with a man who seemed helpful, wise, and understanding. Someone who offered solutions without judgment. She believed he was her answer. She shared everything with him. Every hidden step, every false document, every move she prepared in silence. She thought he was her partner. She trusted him so much that she allowed him to shape the very path she wanted to walk. But she miscalculated something she could never predict. He did not belong to her side. He belonged to mine. He was placed there, not as her ally, but as her reminder that there is a limit to darkness. He was not a criminal. He was not part of her schemes. He was an instrument I positioned at the right time. He watched every detail, listened to every word, and waited until the exact moment when intervention would carry the greatest proof. My child, sometimes I allow certain plans to unfold more than you wish they would, not because I am ignoring you, but because I am arranging undeniable evidence. If I had stopped her too early, people would have said, maybe she wasn't going to do anything. But now, no one can question what was in her heart. The man she thought was saving her was actually the one gathering truth. And when everything was ready, when the trap she set had fully formed around her own steps, he made the call. Not out of hatred. Not out of revenge. But out of divine timing. And then, at the airport, the story turned. When security opened her bags, they didn't find illegal weapons. They didn't find drugs. Instead, they found forged signatures, fake records, documents twisted against you, information prepared to damage your name, your inheritance, your credibility. Papers designed to shift blame onto you, to take what was meant for your progress and claim it as her own. She underestimated one thing. Nothing built on lies survives the light. What she carried was not simply paper. It was an attempt to rewrite your future. But I never signed those lies. And anything I do not sign can never stand. I watched every step she took. I heard every message she sent. I allowed the curtain to lift at the very moment her confidence reached its peak, so the fall would expose the truth clearly. The net she thought would trap you ended up surrounding her instead. You need to understand something about the way I work, beloved. There are battles you never have to fight because I fight them in silence. There are storms you never feel because I block them before they reach you. Sometimes I let the rain gather clouds only so that, when I stop it, you will know it was never coincidence, it was protection. There were nights you felt tension without reason. Sleepless moments when your spirit felt uneasy. Times you sensed betrayal even when no words had been spoken. That was my voice warning you, shielding you, drawing your attention. I was not ignoring you. I was guarding you. The woman thought she was winning. She thought she had time. She believed distance would keep consequences away. But destiny is not something you outrun. No plane flies faster than truth. She did not realize that every move she rehearsed was actually moving her closer to exposure. And the man she trusted became the very bridge that led authority straight to her. Now, you may wonder, why did I let you walk so close to the edge of this pain? Why did I allow someone to come near your life with such harmful intentions? Because there are seasons when hidden enemies must reveal themselves. Not to ruin you, but to remove them permanently. If I had kept them around unnoticed, they would have continued smiling near you while quietly damaging what I am building through you. Instead, I let the mask fall. I let their own actions reveal their motives. And in doing so, I cut the thread that tied them to your journey. This was never about humiliating her. It was about protecting you. She thought she was taking advantage of you. What she didn't know was that heaven was watching her closely. Every trap became a record. Every step became evidence. Nothing slips through my hands. Your name was whispered in places you didn't know. Plans were written without you being present. But while she tried to write you out of your blessing, I was writing you deeper into it. And here is what I want you to understand, my precious child, nothing tied to your purpose can be stolen. Delayed maybe. Attacked sometimes. Challenged occasionally. But never taken away. What belongs to you has your name carved into it in ink that cannot fade. I know lately you have been exhausted. You have wondered why people you trusted fail you so quickly. You have wondered why your heart keeps encountering disappointment. I see you trying to stay strong while feeling fragile on the inside. You pretend you are okay because you think no one will understand the weight you carry. But I understand. You don't need to hide your tears from me. I know the questions you never say. I know the nights you stare into the dark thinking, why does this keep happening to me? My answer is simple. Not every storm is punishment. Sometimes the storm reveals what cannot stay with you in the next season. The woman was never meant to walk with you forever. She was only passing through. Her actions showed that loyalty to you was never real. She wanted position, opportunity, control. I saw it. I stopped it. Because I refused to let poison travel into your future. And as for the waiting you are facing, the doors that feel slow, the prayers that seem unanswered, remember this, delay is not always denial. Sometimes it is divine rearranging. I hold time in my hand. I know when to block, when to pause, and when to release. The very thing you think is late is actually being prepared with more wisdom and more protection around it. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not abandoned. Even when it feels like silence surrounds you, I am working behind the scenes with precision. You are being shaped, not punished. Strengthened, not ignored. Lifted, not crushed. The woman at the airport believed distance could hide truth. But I am everywhere. I saw her boarding passes. I saw her plans. I saw her intentions. And I saw how deeply it would have broken you. That is why I intervened. I sent an angel disguised as an ordinary man. I positioned him in the right place at the right time. He didn't shout. He didn't argue. He observed, he recorded, and he waited. Then he did what he was assigned to do, he stopped the damage before it ever touched your life. Understand this, protection doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it looks like inconvenience. Like cancellations. Like doors closing suddenly. Like people walking away. But later, when truth comes out, you will realize I saved you from a storm you didn't even see forming. Today, a plan meant to destroy you collapsed completely. And you didn't have to fight. You didn't have to argue. You didn't even have to defend yourself. I handled it. And I will continue handling things you have no idea about yet. So breathe. Let go of fear. Release the urge to control every outcome. When something is meant for you, it will reach you without manipulation. When someone is meant to stay, they will stay without forcing. When I close a chapter, it is because the next one holds more than you are imagining. Your journey is not ending. It is being protected and redirected. Lift your head. I am still with you. I have always been with you. And as long as I am your shield, no plan formed in darkness will ever rise above the light I place around your life. What you tried to carry away will now become another testimony. Another reminder that you are covered. Another chapter that reveals my hand guiding you. Keep walking. Keep trusting. Keep believing. I am not finished writing your story, I am only turning the page. My child, what I am about to say next is important, so stay with me. Because this story is not just about a woman who tried to run. It is also about what I am preparing ahead of you. When I close one door, I am not leaving you stranded in an empty hallway. I am unlocking another door that you could not see before. But sometimes, I must remove certain people first, because they would only bring confusion into the blessings meant for you. That woman planned to leave quietly and hide far away. She believed no one would ever connect the pieces. But she underestimated something powerful: your life is watched by heaven. Your purpose is guarded by my hand. Nothing slips past my sight. Her arrest was not random. It was a moment carefully timed, measured, and delivered like a seed planted in truth. It happened so you would know that unseen battles are being handled long before they ever reach your heart. There were traps that almost formed, but I destroyed them before they could become reality. There were words that were prepared against you, but they never left the person's mouth. There were meetings planned behind your back, and I scattered them before they even happened. And you never knew. Not because you were weak, but because I stood in front of you and let the arrows hit me instead. Even now, I am standing between you and things that were designed to destroy your peace. You may feel fragile, but you are covered. You may feel unsure, but you are guided. You may feel like you walk alone, but every step you take is surrounded by my presence. Look closely at your past. There were seasons when you didn't know how you survived. There were moments when everything looked like it would collapse, and somehow, something shifted. Something changed. A person appeared. A call came. A path opened. That didn't happen by luck. I was moving the pieces for you, even when you thought your life was falling apart. And right now, I am doing the same thing again. You see delays. I see preparation. You feel confusion. I see alignment. You notice endings. I see beginnings rising quietly. The woman thought she was taking something strong from you, but instead, she revealed how strong you already are. Because despite everything she planned, you are still standing. Your heart still beats with purpose. Your soul still reaches for light. And your future is still unfolding. Don't think this moment means loss. It means clearing. I am cleaning your path. I am removing voices that would only poison you later. I am exposing intentions that could not walk with you in the next chapter. I am showing you why trust must be placed in me above anyone else. And listen, my child, forgiveness does not mean allowing someone back into the same position they once held. You can forgive while moving forward without them. You can heal without returning to the danger. You can love without letting yourself be broken again. This situation may shake you. It may leave questions. It may hurt knowing someone planned harm while smiling in front of you. But understand, their exposure is your protection. Their exit is your preparation. Because I am about to lead you into relationships, opportunities, and open doors where deceit cannot survive. I am surrounding you with people who speak truth, not manipulation. People who will support, not sabotage. People who celebrate your growth, not compete with it. And this time, you will see the difference. No more hidden knives behind kind words. No more fake loyalty dressed as friendship. No more pretending from those who never intended to stay. I am training your spirit to recognize what is real. The woman at the airport thought she escaped your life first. But in truth, you escaped her trap long before she reached that gate. And now, what she carried is being taken out of her hands permanently. Your name is safe. Your promise is safe. Your destiny is safe. Even now, while you read these words, I am redirecting things around you quietly. You will soon understand why certain seasons felt heavy. You will soon see why certain prayers took time. And when you look back, you will say, if that had worked the way I wanted, it would have destroyed me. Thank God it didn't. My child, I am not late. I am precise. Stay close to me. Stay grounded. Keep your faith steady. You don't need to chase what is already written in your favor. You just need to keep walking, and what belongs to you will meet you without running. And the next part of your journey? It holds restoration. It holds peace. It holds clarity. I am not only protecting you from what hurts, I am preparing you for what heals. So continue forward. Do not fear their plans. Do not replay the betrayal in your mind. Let it go. I have handled it. I am turning what was meant for harm into something that will elevate you instead. Where you are going, deception has no seat. And I am leading you there, step by step. My child, let me walk you a little further, because your story doesn't end at exposure. What comes after protection is alignment. And alignment is where everything begins to make sense. Right now, you may still feel the echo of what almost happened. You might replay conversations. You may think, how could someone plan something like that and still smile at me? Those thoughts feel heavy. They press on your chest like unanswered questions. But listen closely, the lesson is not meant to make you fearful of people. It is meant to make you wiser in choosing who gets close to your heart. Trust is holy. Not everyone deserves access to the deepest parts of your life. Some people are seasonal. Some are teachers. Some are warnings. And some were never meant to enter your future at all. I remove them because I see what you cannot see yet. The woman thought she was writing your ending. Instead, she became the bridge to your awakening. Her exposure is not embarrassment, it is clarity. And clarity is one of the greatest gifts I give. Because when you see clearly, you stop fighting for people who were never fighting for you. You stop begging for acceptance from those who only wanted control. You stop shrinking yourself so others feel comfortable around your light. You begin to step into who you truly are. And that is what this moment is really about. Not about her failure, but about your becoming. You are not the same person you were months ago. You've walked through silence, through confusion, through quiet heartbreaks that no one else noticed. Those nights shaped you. They grew something deep inside, strength that doesn't shout, wisdom that doesn't need applause, faith that doesn't require proof every second. And I am proud of you. You didn't collapse. You didn't lose yourself. You didn't allow bitterness to poison your heart. Even when you didn't understand, you kept going. That resilience is not ordinary, it is evidence that purpose is alive in you. Now hear me carefully, what was blocked was not rejection. It was redirection. What was exposed was not punishment. It was preservation. What was removed was not loss. It was protection from something deeper. Soon, opportunities will appear that make sense of this moment. Doors that were locked will begin to unlock. Conversations will return to you. Unexpected connections will form. And you will realize, this entire time, I was clearing the path so your blessing would land on stable ground. Imagine building a house on weak soil. It might look beautiful at first, but eventually it collapses. I refuse to let your future be built on unstable foundations. So yes, I shook the ground. I revealed cracks. I let masks fall. Because what I am building for you must last. And it will. But I also need you to release something. The habit of doubting yourself. You are not naive because you cared. You are not foolish because you trusted. You simply loved with honesty. And that is not a weakness, that is strength that hasn't been hardened into stone. Keep your kindness. Keep your tenderness. Just add boundaries. Not everyone deserves full access to your spirit. The woman who tried to leave with what wasn't hers, she represents a chapter closing. But chapters don't close quietly without purpose. They close to shift the story into something greater. Your next chapter will involve new relationships, deeper peace, and clearer direction. And yes, I will bring people into your life who do not hide knives behind smiles. Who don't see you as competition. Who don't fear your growth. Instead, they will stand beside you, speak truth, and help guard what I place in your hands. You will notice the difference. Their presence will not drain you. Their words will not confuse you. Their love will not make you question yourself. It will feel safe. And as for the woman, let her go. Leave her story in my hands. Justice is not your burden. Healing is. Growth is. Forward movement is. Forgiveness does not erase what happened, but it keeps your heart from becoming like hers. I am still leading you. Step by step. moment by moment, day by day. Do not rush what I am unfolding. Your life is not behind. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are exactly where transformation begins, at the edge of what almost broke you, but didn't. And now, my child, the future opens. Quietly. Slowly. Powerfully. And I will walk with you through every part of it. My child, now let me take you into the final part of this journey, because everything that happened was leading here. Not to scare you. Not to confuse you. But to position you for something greater than what you expected. When the woman was taken aside, when her plans were uncovered and her escape fell apart, a shift took place in the spiritual realm. Something that once worked against you broke. Something that once blocked your progress cracked open. It was as if a door that had been locked for years finally clicked and opened quietly. That moment wasn't just about exposing a person. It was about exposing a cycle. A cycle of betrayal. A cycle of disappointment. A cycle of almost reaching blessings and watching them slip away. That cycle ends here. Because what you went through taught your spirit what your eyes couldn't see. You began to sense danger earlier. You started feeling spiritual pressure when something wasn't right. You began to question, not out of fear, but out of wisdom. You didn't know it then, but I was teaching you discernment. And now you carry something new, awareness. The kind of awareness that will protect you in years ahead. You will no longer ignore the quiet warnings in your heart. You will no longer silence yourself just to keep peace with people who never wanted peace, only control. You will no longer doubt every instinct I place inside you. Because you now understand that when your spirit becomes restless, heaven is trying to warn you. The woman thought she broke your sense of trust. But instead, she sharpened it. And what the enemy tried to use against you has now become the very skill that will guard your destiny. There will come a day when you look back and realize something remarkable: that situation did not destroy you. It prepared you. It did not crush your heart. It purified it. It did not steal what belonged to you. It only removed who tried to misuse it. Listen carefully. A storm is not always a signal of disaster. Sometimes it is the sound of roots growing deeper. Trees do not become strong in calm weather. They become strong when winds push them, when their foundations are forced to grip the earth more firmly. And you, my child, have grown roots you cannot even see yet. Roots of courage. Roots of patience. Roots of unshakable trust. And because of that, what comes next will require strength, not fear. Because I am about to move you into a season where clarity replaces confusion. What once felt heavy will begin to lighten. Responsibilities that crushed your shoulders will shift into opportunities that lift you higher. You have felt unseen for so long. You have carried quiet dreams like fragile birds inside your chest, afraid to release them into the world. But those dreams were not random. I placed them in you long before challenges began shaping your life. And I am not finished with them. I will use your wounds for wisdom. I will use your battles for resilience. I will use your past not to define you, but to prepare you. Soon, doors will open and you will not feel fear walking through them. You will recognize my hand guiding every step. Conversations will happen that feel divinely timed. You will say, "How did I end up here?" And the answer will be simple: faith carried you. Protection covered you. Timing positioned you. And no, your life is not cursed. You are simply called. People who are called often walk roads others don't understand. They face betrayals that make no sense. They endure loneliness that feels endless. Not because I have abandoned them, but because I am building them away from noise, distractions, and wrong influences. I needed to separate you so I could shape you. And I needed to protect you so I could release you. So when blessings begin to rise, no one else will be able to say, I made them. Instead, the truth will be clear, I did. Grace did. Faith did. Obedience did. And you will walk with quiet confidence, not arrogance, because you will know where your strength truly came from. Now let me speak to the part of you that still hurts. Yes, betrayal leaves marks. Yes, trust will take time to rebuild. Yes, the memory might return some nights like a shadow. But healing is already happening. Slowly. Gently. Softly. Like dawn appearing after a long night. One day, the ache will soften. One day, the memory will no longer sting. One day, you will speak about this season as something that shaped you, not something that ruined you. And when others sit before you, broken, lost, confused, you will know how to comfort them, because you've walked through darkness yourself and learned how to find light in it. That is not weakness. That is wisdom baptized in experience. And to the fears whispering inside you, fear of being hurt again, fear of failing, fear of losing, place them in my hands. I am not asking you to be fearless. I am asking you to lean on me when fear tries to swallow your peace. Courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is faith standing up while fear trembles. You have courage. You proved it when you kept living while hurting. You proved it when you stayed kind while others were cruel. You proved it when you continued believing even when your heart was tired. And I honor that faith. The story of the woman will fade. What will remain is what it birthed inside you. Wisdom, clarity, strength, protection, confidence, and deeper trust in me. Those are treasures no one can steal, no matter how hard they try. From this point forward, walk differently. Not fearful, but aware. Not bitter, but guarded. Not suspicious, but discerning. You will recognize true souls now. You will see unsafe motives quicker. You will choose better. You will grow healthier relationships. Because now, you know what danger disguised as friendship looks like. I have written your life with intention, and nothing can erase what I have sealed. Not lies. Not jealousy. Not hidden schemes. Not even your own doubt. You are guarded. You are guided. You are loved beyond measure. And the future I have prepared for you did not vanish because someone tried to tamper with it. It remains firm. It remains secure. It remains waiting for your steps to reach it. So lift your eyes. Breathe deeper. Place your heart back into my hands. I am not done. Not with you. Not with your dreams. Not with your story. The woman tried to leave with something that was never hers, and now everything she touched has been removed from your path. What remains is pure. What remains is blessed. What remains is yours. Walk forward, my child. The chapter of betrayal has closed. And the chapter of restoration begins.